So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about some more general configuration items for the Express tools. Um, I guess the first question I want to cover is, how do I get the latest version of the Express tools? How can I download the current version of the Revit Express tools? And the easiest way to do that is to go into any one of our tools. Maybe we'll just open up Quick Select. And within the tool, if you visit the About dialog, there is a Download Latest Suite Installer. So this allows me to go in and download the latest version of the tools. You guys can see here, I've actually skipped ahead one. The latest version available is to the public is 5.1.7. So if you guys aren't on the latest, go ahead and go into your Help and About and download the latest Suite Installer. And when you click on that, it'll bring you right out to our website. And you can download here the latest version 5.1.7. So again, I'm cheating with the development version here. So anyhow, you can download from here that latest version. Another question that we get a lot is, how can I receive notification that new versions are out? And probably the best way to do that is to go right to the cadtechnologycenter.com website. And from our website, if you go into Company and Blog, we have a subsection for the Revit Express tools. So I can go to the Revit Express tools subblog. And once we're here, if you just go ahead and subscribe to the blog, what that'll do is you'll get email notification, and we'll post to the blog when we release new updates to the tools. So this is probably the best way for you to get updated information about when the new Express tools are coming out. So back in Revit then, there is an ability. This is something that happens when updated versions of the tools are installed. For all of our Express tools, we have the ability to turn certain ribbon button icons, the visibility of them, on and off. So if I don't want somebody to have access to BIMless Admin, for example, I can turn that tool off for them. I can turn any of the tools off, and I can save this. Now when I save this, it's going to write it into a text file that's stored locally on the machine. And so that text file is actually in our C program data CTC settings folder. So in here, oh, not that one. There's that one's actually in our other folder. That's in the add-ins folder, 2015 project suite. There's a ribbon button visibility settings. So in here, this is the file that actually controls who's going to see which buttons when the tool is launched, or when Revit is launched. If you have configured this and you've turned off a bunch of buttons, one of the things that can happen is when you install a new version of the Revit Express tools, suddenly all of the buttons will come back again. The reason this happens is because this is one of the few settings files that we overwrite when we install a new version. And we do it because if we've added a new tool to the suite, so our last release, for example, we just added 2 new tools, Parameter Jammer and Fab Sheets. Both of those tools would not have been included on the list of tools to see. And so we wanted to ensure that if you install the latest version, you would see the latest tools. And so to do that, we had to overwrite the ribbon button visibility text file. If you are a larger organization and you are adamant about only allowing people to see certain buttons, what you can do is you can link up the Revit Express tools, the ribbon button visibility, to Active Directory. When you do that, we will not reset the visibility of all of the tools as they're being controlled with something other than this text file. So if visibility of tools is paramount, go ahead and link up to Active Directory. We have full instructions on how to do that in our installation and configuration guide. And if you have any questions, we'd be happy to address them. But then that would ensure that when users install the latest version of the tools, they will only see the tools that you've specified them to see. All right. Some of the other things that we often get questions on are licensing, specifically the network licensing. If you are utilizing our network licensing, there's a couple of things, or a couple of questions that we'll receive. One is, I can't pull a license. Why can't I pull a license from a network license server? If that happens, there are a few things that you want to check. And just go ahead and the first one here is to go ahead and open up the web page for the license server manager. So if I go to CTC SVR MN005, there we go. So the first thing to do is just to go ahead and visit your license server management page. This is a good sort of smoke test to see if the license server is even running. If the license server is not running, this page won't come up. So, and obviously if the license server is not running, you're not going to be able to pull any licenses. So that's probably the first easy test to do. Once you're here, if this does come up and you're still not able to pull a license, then you're conveniently in the right spot to check and see if you have licenses available. So that's another thing that can happen often is perhaps all of the licenses are checked out, and now you're receiving a message that no licenses are available. So if that's the case, I can come in here and go to status and then server status, and here I can see, I can see my count of licenses. You can see it's good to be CTC. We have lots and lots of licenses. You can see, whether or not they are all in use. So if I had 9,999 people using our tools and I tried to connect, I would receive an error. And then I can also check the usage from here. So I can see who's using the tools. In this case, there's nobody using them right now. So I can see who's using the tools, who has license, and I can go in there and maybe ask somebody to get back out so that I can use them. If none of that works, the other most common issue is that you may have some firewall ports closed. Our tools do require that we have ports 5052 through 5056 open. So if those ports are being blocked by your firewall, it's possible that, that would absolutely ensure that you would not be receiving licenses from the license manager. So that would be something you'd follow up with your IT group on to get resolved.